Hey everybody, I'm back today with another video about something that's been bugging me. What I'm about to talk about isn't directed hate at any other card game that I'm about to reference or name, or even Bandai Namco itself. I love card games as much as any other card gamer, and I'm not biased or elitist to one game over the other. I started with Magic, and I've played many others since then. But I can't help but feel as if Bandai Namco is going a bit overboard here. Let's talk about friendly competition. It's good for the industry. There are multiple card games that exist in this day and age, and usually by a variety of other companies, such as Wizards of the Coast, whoever makes Flesh and Blood, Pokemon, and then of course Bandai Namco's in there, and some others that maybe I'm not familiar with or not as popular, but they exist. But every game brings something new to the table and finds new ways to bring, hopefully, a breath of fresh air into the card gaming industry. But there's just a fine line between competition and neglect. And we've seen this before, haven't we? Not just in the card gaming industry, but say in the gaming industry. Remember when Epic stopped paying attention to Paragon to put all their focus into their cash cow that is now Fortnite? At least I do. It's not like the biggest news. Most people probably never played Paragon to begin with, but it had a community of people that loved playing the game. So again, this is not something we haven't heard or seen before, and I feel as if I'm seeing something similar going on again now. And if you don't know, I'm referencing One Piece. Many people know and love the game, the show, and any other thing that may be touched by the brand itself, by One Piece itself, right? Now, One Piece maybe has all the hype for a lot of reasons. It is one of the newer card games, but I don't think it's the best card game out there right now. And that doesn't mean it's bad. I actually think it's a very good game. I think it's very fun as a game, but I can't help but feel it's hogging all the spotlight. While One Piece is booming, other beloved franchises like the Digimon card game, I just feel like they're suffering. And the Digimon card game is a game that seems to have, or in my opinion, brings a lot of creativity, uniqueness, and it has so much potential behind it. But it seems to slowly be fading into the background, and I can't help but not want to see that be the outcome or the final outcome of this game, when maybe it is the more supreme game in the end. And again, I think the One Piece card game deserves all the attention it's getting. There's a lot of things that are happening or have happened to make it deserve the attention it's getting right now, right? We had the live action, the Gear 5 manga Luffy that came out in OPO 5, and that alone in itself brought attention to the card game to many people, whether it's scalpers or just the public finding out that the card game exists, right? And I wouldn't be surprised if some of those scalpers ended up actually joining or becoming part of the community after realizing, well, I never got one, might as well do something with all these cards. On top of all that, the anime is killing it. There's no denying that. As it comes closer to the end, there's a lot of hype, a lot of amazing battles that have just happened. There's a lot of love going on. So it's deserving of the love it's getting, but can we really say that for the future? I'm not too sure. Not to mention that I feel as if the game has run into a lot of balance issues already. I'm no game designer, and I'm not sure. It's not like Magic the Gathering didn't run into balance issues really quickly too. They have the Power 9 cards or whatever those cards are that were banned out very early on. Don't flame me, I didn't play Legacy. It's not like those cards were around the time I started playing Magic. But let's be real, card games have balance issues, right? But I just can't help but notice how quickly One Piece hit those balance issues so fast. And they continue to be. The power creep is insane. They're already talking about the next set having Purple Red Law be tier 0 because it's showing to be in Japan. So potentially another band leader already, and they already have one. But again, I digress. This isn't a video to rant about how Bandai is handling the One Piece card game, or if there are balancing issues or whatnot. That's not what I'm trying to focus on right now. I don't know about you, but when I read that there's Dragon Ball Masters and Dragon Ball Fusion World, I couldn't help but question why. This in itself has created a lot of controversy, which I won't touch, but you know, one of them has a digital game and the other one doesn't. Gives favorite child vibes to me, especially because there's lots of news and announcements about support and ongoing love and all that jazz. And yes, they both just got new sets, but I don't know. I just, like I said, favorite child vibes. And not to mention that there are other current modern day card games by Bandai Namco. Not too long ago, there was a tournament held where essentially they played all their card games that day, exclusively Bandai Namco card games, and the stream that day was dedicated to the finals for all those card games. And me, coming in as someone who's not familiar with all these games, automatically I assume that they're going to open up with the least popular one, or maybe the newest one. Which game did they open up with? Battle Spirit Sagas. I don't know anything about this game. I'm just going to say that now. But I also can say I don't know anyone that sells this card game. I don't even know where to find it. Let me also add, yes, that happens in multiple areas. I am aware of that. I can't find Flesh and Blood anywhere in my local areas. I think that the local area that has it is about an hour away. But I know that it's a great game. I know that people like it. It has a following, and it will probably continue to have its following. Even with their idea of always just being a game that people have to play in person, people will continue to play that game, I imagine. Who knows? You can quote me, we can come back and look at this video in the future and laugh at how stupid that statement was. But the reality of it is, it seems like people love Flesh and Blood, but I don't see the same kind of love, passion, or announcements behind Battle Spirit Saga. And again, I don't feel as if Bandai Namco does enough for this game. There's not anything I know about this game, and the title seems cool, and maybe seems like something I'd consider playing, but I don't know anything about it, and I'm worried that the game won't be around much longer. So why waste my time investing into it? And I'm sure I'm not the only person that feels that way about this game. I'm sure plenty of other people saw it that day and either didn't pay attention, skipped, or just paused the stream, looked up what time One Piece was going to be on, and didn't bother. The spike alone in viewership when One Piece came on was pretty significant. And it's not as if I'm asking Bandai Namco to not put attention to the One Piece game, right? I'm sure there are plenty of teams designated to each game. Developers, balance people, art design teams, all that jazz. There's got to be people designated to these games already. But my question is, are all these games really being advertised, sold, or utilized to their fullest? And that's where I really begin to question how Bandai Namco is handling the card game space, especially considering they are pretty much dominating it in a sense, right? I mean, I don't know. Is Yu-Gi-Oh gonna be around much longer? Who knows? And someone's gonna have to take that spot, right? I don't think Pokemon's going anywhere. Whether people like it or not, they continue to hold their biggest tournaments year after year. And Magic is just Magic. It's not gonna go anywhere. Maybe at least not for the next 5 years. This isn't the video to talk about how poorly Magic the Gathering has been handled time and time again, but it holds on. So I just can't help but wonder, is Yu-Gi-Oh gonna make it there one day? Maybe I'm biased because I love Digimon. And I'm not some hardcore fan. I didn't watch every season, every episode. I pretty much stepped away when Tamers came out, after Tamers ended. Once Tamers was over, I didn't follow anything. I think the next season I saw when I was waiting in a hospital lobby, and I said, that's whack. They become the Digimon? I'm out. But I've still loved Digimon to this day. And I just feel like there's a lot of potential of things that I'm not seeing being utilized. I'm not gonna dive into how I felt when I saw this game was being launched, but I couldn't help but think of my favorite Digimon series. I don't know if you guys remember this bad boy. What about these card swipe motions? Or,
wait for it,
the damn Digivices in their hands. So you're telling me that if I get a Digimon card right now, in no form or way or shape, it interacts with the Digivice. And they have these Digivices printed, sold, available now. You can buy these. You know how like Pokemon has booster energy, that like energies that come in their boosters, you know, that empty that card space. Why doesn't Digimon have something like that? Or Lurkana has something like that, where they have these little magical QR code pieces in their backgrounds that just allow you to make some puzzle piece, right? Why not give us a cheap ass one that you can scan into your Digivice? Let me pretend, let me have an imagination.
While I'm waiting for your fucking response, are you just not gonna say anything?
It's unreal. It's just crazy to me because my son loves One Piece. My wife loves One Piece. I watch One Piece. We watch One Piece together. You know, we went to Anime Expo and my oldest son, and my wife went cosplayed as One Piece characters. And yet I can't help but feel there's not that same love and passion behind Digimon. And yes, I understand there are different franchises. It's not like you can really go out of your way to dress as one of the Digimon characters too much. Probably won't get that recognition. They're not as cool because the humans or the the characters, usually the people doing all the ass kicking, are the Digimon. So you don't want to, I don't know many people that want to go dressed up as Agumon, but Digimon still has cool nostalgia products that they could be releasing. They just recently released Terriermon decks that were super cool, and I love them, and I love the sleeves that came with them. Plus, where's our digital card game about a card game regarding digital monsters? These guys are in a digital space, and we could make a digital game, even if it just needs to be on the PC or mobile version. I don't care. Give it to me. Why do we not have that? Instead, I think a lot of people were expecting that to be announced, when we instead ended up getting the web series that came out instead, which is great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm pretty sure, and maybe I'll speak for myself, I'm speaking for the community here. I'm pretty sure that people would have preferred that a digital game, over Liberators, right? But hey, you guys can tell me in the comments if you agree or disagree, or if you love Liberators and you're okay not having your client game to be able to play. But what do I know? I don't know. I just wonder, when I look back at this video in 5 years or 10 years, or one day when my children watch this video, maybe if they ever get to experience, or if they ever get curious enough to look back at my YouTube channel, what games will be around? What games will still be here? And the ones that aren't here, what happened to them? Just looking at the list of all the Bandai Namco games they've had before that were or are card games, and how they used to exist but no longer do, I can't help but wonder which ones are gonna go next. Now, again, I just want to close by saying, if anyone in Bandai Namco sees this, which I doubt, I'll probably get another 30 views, but this isn't meant to be negative. This isn't meant to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm not attacking any community or any players or your card game. So if you feel offended that I don't understand why they have 2 Dragon Balls, but you love that they have 2 Dragon Balls, don't take it personal. It's just very weird to me. I don't understand. It's like, what if we had Pokemon Restart when Ash's story ended, right? And now we have Pokemon Horizons, the card game. I just don't get that. I don't understand why we would do that. So anyways, what are your thoughts? Are you worried for the future of Digimon or any other card game that Bandai Namco currently has? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching.